Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell, Executive Vice President of the Community Bank of Dublin-Orange County. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by and see your community bank. We're located across from the U.S. Post Office on Bellevue Avenue. We're centrally located for all of Lawrence County. Community Bank of Dublin-Orange County offers the latest technology in the banking industry, from our teller pods to our mobile banking and even our expanded drive-through service for the convenience of larger vehicles. Our every design has you in mind. The banking service that you will receive surpasses any other in town. You'll notice the difference as soon as you walk through our front door. Remember, Community Bank of Dublin-Orange County, the bank that's service-built.
Hi, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to Real Talk. I'm your host, Pat Terrio, and we are here at the home of the mighty Trinity Crusaders, and we've got the wonderful coach herself, Coach Lacey Shepherd. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming and visiting us today.
Glad to be here. You know, I feel like I'm a Crusader today.
I'm glad. You dress like it, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Coach, let's talk about what you've been doing this year, and then let's get into what's going on here with these Lady Crusaders.
Okay. Well, we have started out our season. We are 12-7 right now, 2-2 in the region. Mm-hmm. We're kind of in the heat of region play right now. So we've got 2 more on the road games, and then we've got actually 5 home games coming up.
Oh my gosh! How intense have these practices been?
Well, we have had some intense practices. We've had also some very intense games here lately. Some nail biters.
How's the competition been this season?
We are definitely in a stronger region this year. Last year, our region was pretty weak. We were pretty much known that we were ahead of that region. This year, it's a toss-up between any of the teams in it.
Wow. And, you know, that's good. You need that competition.
It's very competitive.
To definitely prepare these girls.
Yes.
Now, how long have you been coaching here? You've been here for a little while.
This is my 3rd year as the head coach, but I've been assisting for about 10 years.
Because you're an athlete yourself.
Well, used to be maybe.
Now, let's talk about this. You're talking about it's more competitive this year. Who did you lose last year, and what things have you been having to work on to fill those gaps?
Well, we lost Tatum Moore inside, which was a big rebounding threat for us. Sarah Horn, an outside shooter. Finding an outside shooter has been a challenge this year, and we're still working through that. We've got some young girls coming up hoping to fill that position, and even our senior Abby Bollet, having her back this year has been very, very big for us.
And so you've got 2 starting seniors.
Yeah.
So you've got a pretty young squad then.
We do.
How's the depth been? Because you're talking about when you've got, when you lost some key players, you have to dig deep, in order to fill those gaps. You've been very competitive. You're doing very well this year.
We actually are even deeper this year, I think, than we were last year because, like I said, we've got some freshmen coming off the bench and giving us good minutes and scoring.
That is awesome.
It's very encouraging.
That is awesome. So what about some key moments that you've had this year? Key players, anything you want to highlight on that?
Well, of course, we've had our Sydney Bozeman, who has signed with Furman, which we're really excited for her about that.
That's awesome.
And, she's having a great season. Definitely, leads us in scoring, rebounding. But we beat Bollet a couple games back, which was a big win for us. They're very strong, and that was a nice big win.
Nice big win.
It was.
Well, you say you've had some nail biters. What have been like the deciding factors in these games?
We lost to Pinewood on the road this past week, 34-35.
Oh my gosh! How was the morale for the girls? When
it's hard. It's hard because you rethink it, what you should have done, what could have happened. But we just have got to go out and play hard from the get-go. We can't leave people in the game till the end to have a final shot deciding the game.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And you say that the girls now, you got more depth. Do you see them more as a family, a team, really working cohesively together?
They really are, and that's what I feel like against Bullock. Our entire team was just so in tune with one another. It was really neat to see them working as a unit that night.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, if you had a coaching philosophy, you know, as an athlete or a former athlete, you know how intensely you played, and you know where your mindset was. As a coach, what would you say your philosophy is in preparing these girls?
I just think you have to go hard. You have to go hard every day and leave nothing undone. You know, don't walk away with the regrets of you didn't give it all, because now's the only time that you get to give it, and you know, you can't go back and fix it. You can't.
And you talking about go hard. We used to be like, you know, you go hard or go home.
Yeah, you do. That's
giving it 110%.
Yes.
You know, talking with some of the other coaches and talking about players, hustle is very important.
Hustle is huge. You can have players who don't contribute point-wise, but they can be the hustle that turns the whole team inside out.
Maniacs. I mean, really, because the morale of the team, it can be pushed just from when you see that hustle, that drive, just pushing.
That diving on the floor, going for the loose spot. You got to have those players.
Oh, yeah. I've had many bruises.
Yes.
From diving.
Yes.
Diving on the floor.
That's right. Get some knee pads on.
I broke so many glasses. But, you know, it's good to see when you see that they have that heart.
Yes.
That they really are going after it, even down to the last seconds of the game.
Exactly.
Well, we're glad the girls are doing well.
Thank you.
Of course, you got your assistant with you.
I do.
Hopefully we'll get a few words out of him.
Sounds good.
And talk with some of the players. Well, good luck, Coach. We're so proud of everything that you're doing. We know you're very effective. I mean, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a teacher, and you're still making things happen.
Well, thank you.
All right. This is Coach Lacey Shepherd, everyone. All right. We've got Coach Jay Shepherd here with us. Good to see you, Coach.
Yes, ma'am. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here.
You know, it's like pulling teeth to kind of get you to kind of talk with
yeah.
you.
Now that I'm here, I might as well talk.
Might as well. You're going to have to face it. All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Coach, and then we want to talk about how you and Coach Shepherd, how you work together cohesively as a team.
Well, of course, she is my bride, so therefore we have to mesh.
Have to.
Yes. But the love of basketball is really how we met. We met kind of, in conversation at a basketball game one night at Valdosta State, and of course the rest is history. And basketball has always been a big part of our lives, and our children they play, and of course she's coached for 11 years or so, and I've helped the last 2 years, been on the bench with her. So she's kind of the I would say the gentle spirit, and I'm kind of the forceful spirit.
Right.
But I'm very passionate about the game of basketball, and of course about life in general. And I don't have a problem letting that passion come out at practice. So sometimes when you're dealing with high school girls, I think it's okay that I show that passion. And hopefully that passion can turn into some motivation.
Absolutely. You're putting it so nicely and gently and sweetly. Now, you say that she's kind of more mild-mannered. It seems like it's a nice mix.
Oh, yeah, it is. She really probably is possibly even more competitive than I am. So something can get under her skin, and I can get over things. I can kind of fly off the handle, and I'm over it, where when she might tend to dwell on some of that.
But it's nice to see you two working together, of course, at home and here on the job. Now, so what things are you working on with these girls? Because, you constantly, when you do after-action reviews from games, you see the areas that you have to tweak. What things are you working on with these girls to improve upon?
Well, I've always considered myself the defensive coordinator. So I claim defense. And I claim the transition. When we're in transition, I try to take over that aspect. Lacey's more offensive-oriented. She calls the plays under the basket and the sideline. She's more in-game when I'm more maybe just challenge the individual player and challenge the girls who are on the court to get the most out of their ability.
Right.
Defensively is really something that we put a lot of emphasis on.
defense wins games.
Oh, yeah.
We tell people that defense wins games.
Yeah. Well, defense, the old saying, defense is your offense.
It's the best offense.
And in basketball, it truly is your offense, because if you make a steal, then you have transition. And transition baskets are a lot easier than half-court baskets, because every other coach in Georgia is teaching defense just as hard as we are.
Just as hard. How receptive are these girls? You know how us girls can be sometimes. How receptive are these girls with your coaching style? Because, you know, not everybody can probably handle all of that rough and tough, but how receptive are they?
You might have to interview them to really get that
to get
answer.
the true answer.
But I do feel a receptive spirit on certain days. And on other days, you see them look and roll their eyes.
Right, just like us girls do.
Kind of as if to say, this guy is doing it again.
Exactly.
Or he's talking again.
Right.
But you feel there's when you spend the time that we have, the respect is there.
Yeah.
Of course, they love Coach Lacey. And, of course, I hope because they love her, they have a little bit of love for me.
Absolutely. That's a given. Well, you know, it's wonderful to have that balance, you know, when you're working with teenagers, you know, girls, to have that kind of balance, because sometimes it does require a little extra.
Oh, yeah, it does.
And it's good that you all have that mesh going.
I hope so.
All right. Well, Coach, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Coach Shepherd, everyone. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
You know what? It is so wonderful to be here with the Trinity Crusaders, and we've got this gorgeous gal here. Lord have mercy. Introduce yourself to everyone out there. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm Abby Bollet. I'm a senior at Trinity, and in the fall I plan on going to Kennesaw State University, and I'm a part of the Citizens Bank Student Advisory Council.
That is fantastic. Fantastic. My son goes there.
To Kennesaw?
Yeah.
Does he like it?
Yeah, he's getting into it, you know. He just started now. I don't want to say it on the air. He's like, you know, a lot of work. But that's fantastic. It's a wonderful school. Now, and you're part of the Student Advisory Council.
Yes, ma'am.
That is fabulous. So what other extracurricular activities are you involved in?
Basketball is pretty much it. I got to get a job when the season's over. So.
Is that per your parents?
Yes. My dad.
Your dad. That's wonderful. And so what things are you involved in the community?
Last year I was a part of the Lawrence Youth Leadership. I volunteered with Habitat for Humanity, and I've done some stuff with Citizens Bank, some volunteer work.
That is fantastic. You're definitely well on your way. You know that. How's the experience for you doing that kind of community work and service?
I enjoy it. It's very rewarding, I think, to be able to serve in our community, make it better.
Absolutely. You know, I just learned an interesting fact that I went to school with your Aunt Molly. How sweet is that?
It's very sweet.
It's very sweet. Now, let's talk about your role here on the basketball team. How has the season been for you personally?
The season started off kind of rocky. I just came back from an ACL reconstruction last year and had to rehab for about 9 months. So it's been kind of rocky trying to get back, but I kind of feel more fluid now that we're into the grind of the season, and I'm excited to finish it out.
Absolutely.
Glad to be back.
And that, you know, when you have an injury like that, it's so important to do the rehabilitation that it requires. I mean, I got injured my senior year. Can you imagine how hard that was?
Yeah.
And you kind of have to nurse it a little bit. You know, you have to nurse it a little bit. And so you're getting into the groove of things. Has your game been different since that injury?
I'm a lot slower.
Of course.
A lot slower, but I'm playing a different position this year. I was a point guard, now I'm running a post, so it's been different. But I've enjoyed the transition. It's been fun to get to switch it up and see what it's like to be a post, but it's been fun.
And it's making you very diverse out there on the court, which is wonderful.
Ma'am.
It's wonderful. And so what things have you had to improve on or change differently? Because you're playing in a whole different position. That's learning so many other different techniques as opposed to what you had before.
I think I've had to learn how to be a lot stronger. It's a lot different being in the post. There's a lot bigger girls that you're going up against. I've had to try to teach myself how to box out because being a point guard, I'm always the one, I got back,
Exactly,
so I never had to do it. But
that was the joy of being a point guard.
Yeah.
We just fall back.
Yeah.
We don't get in the mix of things. And now you're in the mix of things.
Yes.
All right, so you plan on going to Kennesaw State. What do you want to major in?
I want to go to medical school, so probably biology or chemistry.
How fantastic is that? Do you plan on playing basketball as well?
I don't know. Probably not, but I mean, if something were to happen, I probably would, but right now I don't really plan on it.
Well, we're so proud of the work you're doing. We want you to continue doing great things and stay focused.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. These young women are so awesome. We've got another beautiful young thing here. All right, talk to us, darling. Introduce yourself to everyone out there.
I'm Elizabeth Hurd, and my parents are Ken and Allison Hurd.
Elizabeth, now tell us a little bit more about you. Now, you're a junior?
Yes.
Yes, wonderful. What kind of clubs are you involved in here?
I'm in the Senior Beta Club. I was in LYL last year.
What is LYL?
Lawrence Youth Leadership.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Wonderful leaders here you all are becoming. Now, so tell us, what other sports? Are you involved in other sports?
Yes, ma'am. I do cheerleading for the first time this year, basketball, soccer, and track.
Oh, my gosh. That is so fantastic. So you're in soccer season as well right now, aren't you?
Not yet, because we're still playing basketball, but when we finish this, then yes.
And cheerleading?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. How is it to be able to play all of these sports?
It's really fun. You get to interact with a lot of different people, and, I mean, you're always busy, so.
You know, as I talk to you, you sound like a cheerleader. So bubbly. It's lovely. It is lovely. How do you keep the balance? Because you want to make sure your academics are up to par and to be able to play these sports and to be effective. How do you keep balance?
Well, I have a really strong family that keeps me in line and always have to do schoolwork first, and then you go do your practices and games and just got to do it.
Got to do it. You're right. You're right. Tell us about your church. Are you involved in your church here?
Yes, ma'am. I go to First United Methodist Church, and I'm involved in the youth there, too.
All right. So are you a youth leader? Do you consider yourself like a leader to some of the youth?
I guess, yes.
Very good. Now, what position do you play out here? And how long have you been playing basketball, by the way?
Since 6th grade, I didn't play my freshman year, but played last year and this year, and I'm a guard, so.
Lovely, lovely. How have you improved through the years?
Definitely a lot better since the beginning of last season, since I took a year off, but I definitely still have room for improvement. You
seem to have a good attitude to where you actually keep the other girls going. Is that a true assessment?
Sometimes I can get a little frustrated, but I try to stay positive.
How do you handle that frustration? Because it's true, you know, especially when you have close games. You guys had some really close games and some tough losses. How do you handle that?
Well, we're a team, so we just got to stick together, and there's always someone that has something positive to say, so I guess just being a team is good.
Absolutely, and you girls are doing that. You're doing that, and we're so proud of you. Anything else you want to add to your life and how you've been doing this year?
I've been doing really well. I'm excited to see where the season goes and see how far we can go.
Absolutely, and we're excited to watch you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, young lady. All right, we've got another senior here. Hi, young lady.
Hey.
The floor is yours. Tell everybody a little bit about you.
I'm Brooke Grove. I'm a senior this year. I plan to go to Georgia College in Milledgeville to get my major in child education, and my parents are Robbie and Star Grove.
That is awesome. You know, that's where I got my undergraduate at. Awesome school, awesome school. And so how long have you been playing basketball, and do you play any other sports, or are you involved in any kind of clubs here at the school?
I've been playing basketball for Trinity 2 years. I came here in 11th grade, and I've ran cross country, and I plan to play tennis this year.
Oh, my gosh, that's fantastic. All of these things going now. What do you do to just kind of, chill, relax? When you're not at school, when you're not playing sports, what do you do for fun?
I spend time with my family and go closer to God.
Oh, that's a blessing. So would you say your faith is very important to you? Tell us about your church family.
I go to Freedom Church in Milledgeville, Georgia, and my pastor is Mr. Tim Thomas, and my family's very close, so we're a close-knit family.
And, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Do you see your family out in the stands cheering a lot?
Yes, ma'am. They try to come to every game.
Loud? Do they cheer loudly?
Yes, ma'am. My mom's loud.
It's always nice to see mamas how loud we are. We can't help it, you know that. I mean, really, it's just like in us. Like when we see our kids out there and we're so proud of you, we're going to get loud. And she probably doesn't even care.
No.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes, ma'am. I have 2 older brothers, Chase and Blake.
So you're the baby girl?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you say you're spoiled a little bit?
Just a little bit.
All right. And so you plan on going to Georgia College. It's a great school. What things have been, you say you played 2 years, right? What things, we always want to ask the players, what things have you been having to work on to improve on your game?
I've been having to have patience and get better and strive each and every day to get just better at practice.
That's good. You know, patience is a virtue, honey. Are you a guard?
Yes, ma'am.
We need patience being a guard. All right. Well, congratulations to you. God bless you and keep doing great things, okay? You know, we've had a wonderful time talking to the starting five here, and this is a starting sophomore, which is huge in itself. Hi, young lady.
Hi,
Tell us who you are.
I'm Randy Traxler.
Randy, you are a sophomore starting.
Yes, ma'am.
How cool is that?
It's pretty cool.
How long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing a very long time. I started to pick up a basketball when I was 3 years old, and I've played middle school, all my middle school, and all since 10th grade.
That is wonderful. What position are you?
I'm a point guard.
I should have known. You and I are standing toe-to-toe. I love it. I love it. Now, you know, when you're talking about being the point guard, that's such a leadership position. And there's so much required of you being a point guard because you have to set those plays, you have to execute. How has that been for you, and has it been much pressure for you being a sophomore?
It's been a little bit, but my teammates have helped me a bunch. I just tell them to where to go, and it's been really good.
It's been really good. Very good, very good. And, you know, and that's cool that your teammate is helping you out because, you know, execution is so important in these plays. What things, since you've been playing since you were 3 years old, what would you say are some of your strengths and what things are you having to work on?
Dribbling is one of my strengths. I need to work on my shooting a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. You know, back in the day, we used to have these drills where we just worked on our form, even without a basketball. And that's something that would definitely help you. Just work on that form so that you can have that repetition and it be consistent. See, that's old school talk I'm giving you from back in the day. Is it helpful?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of things are you involved in school? Are you involved in any clubs?
I'm in senior beta.
You girls are all smart. How cool is that? I mean, it's really, and how do you keep it balanced? You know, that's important. With any athlete, whether you're playing one sport, two sports, or three, you've got to make sure that you are balanced because you can be doing so many things and become ineffective in those. What do you do to keep things balanced? Are you playing other sports as well?
I play soccer, but I haven't started that yet.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do to keep things balanced? Because you've got to keep your grades up. That's number one.
We have an activity period, and I take my time and do my homework then.
And does that feel like pressure for you being an athlete, being the point guard, and having to keep your grades up?
A little bit, but I can handle it.
You can handle it. Already as a sophomore, girlfriend, by the time you're going to be a senior, you're going to be like, yay, what's up, everybody? It's all good. It's all, you know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're getting this practice now, and that's wonderful. And so you see that the team is helping you out, the older girls are helping you out and getting you prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. We're so proud of you. So proud of you. All right. So you've got a little while before you graduate. And so this is giving you the time. This is giving you the practice that you need. And you all are having a great season.
Yes, ma'am. We are. We need to just keep striving to win all those games coming up.
Absolutely. Keep striving and keep pushing.
Yes, ma'am.
The point guard, everyone. We are here with another one of these beautiful Crusaders here, a junior. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very well. I've seen you before. You and I have talked.
Yes, ma'am, we have.
We have shared some cheers together.
We have.
Introduce yourself again to everyone.
I'm Amelia Gay, and I'm a junior, and I cheer and play basketball and play tennis.
You are so fabulous. Who are your parents? Tell us your parents.
My parents are Amy and Bent Gay, and I have a brother and a sister who also go to Trinity.
Wonderful. You know, you talk very well. You know that.
Thank you.
And, you know, you talk like a cheerleader, if that's even such thing. And you said thank you. All right. So you're doing all kinds of things.
Yes, ma'am.
What clubs are you doing? And tell us about your community work.
Okay. I'm in the Senior Beta Club. Last year, I participated in Lawrence Youth Leadership. Mm-hmm. And I'm very active in my church, my youth group. I do Habitat for Humanity with my youth group and the Day of Care that we do here at Trinity.
Fantastic. What's the name of your church?
Pine Forest United Methodist.
Oh, absolutely. Wonderful church. Wonderful church. So, wow, you are doing amazing things.
Thank you.
What do you do when you're not doing all these things?
Well, school keeps me really busy, and whatever sport is that season, of course, has practice every day. So that, and I also play the piano for Rachel Brown.
Oh, my goodness. How awesome is that?
Yes,
You know
ma'am.
I know Miss Brown. You are so bubbly. Are you always this bubbly?
People tell me I am, but they don't see me all the time, so I don't know.
Well, just being around you making me feel bubbly. I haven't been bubbly in 15 years, I don't think. You're bringing it out of me, girl.
Oh.
You're bringing it out. All right, what position do you play out here?
I'm mostly a guard, but when Abby or Sydney is not in, I can play some post also.
So you're very diverse out there.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. How long have you been playing basketball?
Since my 6th grade at Trinity, and I also played in the little kids, like Future Stars that we do here.
How cool is that? How
Yes,
cool
ma'am.
is that? What's changed in the way that you've played through the years?
Oh, well, I'm working on being more aggressive because I'm not aggressive at all for the most part, but I'm trying to work on that and just being a smarter player. And Coach Jay and Coach Lacey have really helped me with that throughout their years.
That's good. You got great coaches. You know,
do.
there was a cheer that we used to do called Be Aggressive. Have you ever heard of
Yes,
that?
they do that also.
Hello. That should be like your motto.
I know, it should.
When you're running out, your theme music should be aggressive. Be aggressive. You know, just to kind of get that in your head.
Yes.
But, you know, we always talk about, too, when you're aggressive, to be aggressive, you've got to have, like, animal instincts.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you do that? You got to work on it.
Yes, I've been told.
You're a work in progress, but you're a beautiful work in progress.
you.
Keep doing wonderful things. We're so proud of you. Beautiful. You know, we have had such a wonderful time talking with these young ladies, and we're going to finish it out with Miss Sydney Bozeman. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Very well. Sydney, as you can tell, I had to get a chair because I did not want to look like an Oompa Loompa up to you, honey. You know I had to, like, even us out. Are you cool with that?
I'm fine with it. Yes, ma'am.
Tell everybody a little bit about you, okay?
I'm Sydney Bozeman. My parents are Skip and Sue Bozeman, and my brother is Blake Bozeman.
Now, Sydney, you are involved in a lot of sports.
I am.
We've got time, I think, for you to tell us about all of them.
I played softball, basketball, I played soccer, and track.
Wonderful. And what clubs are you doing? Well, you're not doing any clubs.
Just sports.
Just sport. How do you wouldn't even have time for clubs?
I know. No, I don't.
You wouldn't. You know, I talked with your parents, and they're like, yeah, we're quite busy
A little
with
bit.
Sydney.
Yeah, it's very time-consuming, but it's worth it.
How was it for you to have your family support like that?
That's awesome. With family and stuff like that, you need the support just to get you through the hard times and the good times.
Absolutely. And you played, did you play in Atlanta with
Yes,
the Atlanta Celtics?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about that.
I started my 7th grade year, and I just finished the summer, and it helped me to get to college, and it really prepared me.
Speaking of college, you know, we were able, you know, weren't able to actually be out here for the when you signed, but tell everybody where you going.
I'm going to Furman University to play basketball.
Whoop, whoop. You know, we're like cheering for you. You know, that is so awesome. Was it a hard decision to decide upon Furman?
I don't think so. It's a great academic school, and it's a great environment, and the basketball program is great, so it was a very easy decision for me.
Very good. All right, now, how's this season been for you, Sydney?
It's been pretty good. There's some still parts that we need to work on, and we have time, and we just started region play, and so when the tournament and state comes on, I think we'll be ready.
Absolutely. And you've had the chance to see Furman play some?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I actually just watched them play at Mercer.
Awesome. And so when you see them playing and you think about, okay, this is going to be me next year, what things go through your mind about that?
I got to get faster. The speed is so much faster, but I believe that I can hang, and I know that I can work hard enough to be with them.
And, you know, under the leadership of Coach Lacey Shepherd, how's that experience been for you?
That's awesome. They're great mentors. They're great to learn from, and it's just been a great experience to learn basketball from them.
And, you know, we consider you a leader on this team. Do you have to put your foot down sometimes with these girls?
A little bit. I try not to too much.
But you just have to sometimes.
It's needed sometimes.
And, you know, when you're talking about transitioning to college basketball, that's such a big jump.
It is.
And so, you know, not just saying you got to be faster, you got to be mentally ready for that.
That's a big deal with the way I play right now. Is I got to be mentally tough and physically tough. So it's just as big a deal as being physically tough.
And tell us about your faith, because we know that that has definitely helped get you through.
Oh, definitely. It's one of the biggest parts of my life. It has to be, you know. So I've been really working on it, and I'm glad where I am.
All right. Now, this is kind of bittersweet for you, you know. You're getting ready to, you know, this is your last season, of course, and talking with some of the other seniors. When you walk into this gym knowing that, okay, that's one day closer to being my last time putting on this uniform.
It's very sad, but it's bittersweet to know that this has prepared me to go to bigger and better things.
Absolutely. Well, we're all certainly so proud of you and so proud of all of you girls and all of the work that you're doing. Any last words, Sydney, that you'd like to say?
I just want to thank my teammates and my coaches and my family for always being there for me and pushing me to be the best person I can be.
All right. We're so proud of you and so proud of all the girls. That's all the time we have for Real Talk. These Trinity Crusaders are doing so much. They're doing great things. They've got great leaders, and we're so, so proud of you being a part of this community. Thank you all so much for watching Real Talk, and please keep watching.